Welcome to another episode of the Adventures of Familia Baja Boy. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I want to kind of take you behind the scenes and share with you the process that we've gone through in creating our Bahia Asuncion Trail Runners 5K Fun Run and 10K Trail Championship trail race. This is the third edition. We've made some big changes for the better, but I want to share with you some of the challenges that we've had along the way. Along with some of the victories. So stay tuned for this episode. The race is on Sunday. We just want to give you a little behind the scenes look at what we've been going through. And then we're going to put together a really cool video of the race itself and talk to the runners and walkers and get some of their feedback. So I think that's going to be fun. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the behind the scenes today. All right, just want to kind of do a little dialogue here. This is the third year of our Bahia Asuncion Trail Runners 5K Fun Run and 10K Trail Championships. And each year we try and raise the bar a little bit. Every year we make a few mistakes, but every year we get better. This year I really wanted to challenge myself and our team and try and get some sponsors. And I got two awesome sponsors. I have Haul Machine, which is owned by my great buddy Caesar and his wife Iris. And they shocked me, and they came to me and said, we want to sponsor you guys. And they are creating all of the finisher medals and the awards for the top runners, which is huge because, one, they're super professional. They look great. But it's saving us a lot of money, and if any money that we save goes back to the community, so that's huge. The second thing I did was I reached out to Baja Bound Insurance. There, an insurance company I've used, I don't know, 30 years, something like that, for a long time coming to Mexico. And I reached out to them because they give back a lot to Baja, and we've known of each other for many years. And so I reached out to them and kind of shared what our plans were and what our goals were. And I think they really, they saw the enthusiasm of the runners. They saw what our goal was, and our goal was not to make money. Because like I said, all of the money goes back into the community via the softball team, via the buying the benches for the trails, and trying to keep the prices reasonable, so that it's accessible to all, because some of the races now are just getting so expensive. And so our main goal is to give back to the community, but also encourage people to participate in something they might not have done before. So we're hitting those goals, but thanks to Baja Bound, we're now this year going to offer race jerseys. This is the first year we've offered. First we were going to do t-shirts, but now that we're hitting all of our marks, we're going to actually do race jerseys, so that's kind of cool. Now I just want to share some of my fears because we're doing jerseys and because we're learning from some of our mistakes. We're trying to get people to register online first, which is brand new for me. So I'm trying to collect payments online in Mexico in Spanish. It's been a struggle, and it's definitely very uncomfortable for me. But I think challenging yourself to try new things is healthy, and it keeps me alive. It keeps me nervous. I apologize to my family because sometimes when I get stressed, I get a little bit short-tempered. Not short-tempered, but I get short with my responses. So yeah, this is all new for me, and I'm nervous. I'm scared, but I'm excited. I really think that we are going to continue to grow and continue to show the locals, our friends, and others that Bahia Asuncion is a great place to come run, and that we can achieve great things. We might make mistakes along the way, and so we need to be gracious with each other, both with this race and with other things that people try that are new. So we need to fail forward. Some very fortunate events happened this week. I struggled trying to make a flyer for the race. I couldn't, I don't know. So anyway, I shared it with my good buddy Alvaro. You might know him from the Runner Profile Series. He's someone that we met in our first race. He's done the race twice now, and he's become a great friend of ours, part of Gold. And he kind of said, I don't like that flyer. It doesn't have this, it doesn't need this. And he told me all the things I knew.
And I was really, really kind of bummed out. What I didn't understand was that he was going to make one. And so he made a great flyer and surprised me a couple days later with it. That would have been on Monday of this week. Today is, what is today? Today's Wednesday. Anyway, and so it came out great. So we're pretty much all set. And so what I wanted, my goal was to do a soft launch because I wanted to test all of our new procedures, because now that we're collecting money and this and that, I'm not quite sure with the process. So we're gonna do the official launch on the 15th. Well, Alvaro got a little excited with his great flyer and shared it with his friends. So I was like, whoops, I guess we're open now. So we've opened registration. We've only had one runner register, and that's been Gabriel so far. I don't expect as many people to register early as last year because you have to pay. So that's a big difference. So a little bit different, a few different thoughts. But anyway, we've got it open. We'll see how it goes. I'm really happy with it. We've started making signs for the course. I want to market. Last year, we used a lot of ribbons, which is similar to the way courses are marked in California and races in the United States. But this year, I want to do additional markings because I can. So we're working on that, but so far so good. All right, it is June 2nd, election day here in Mexico, and I'm heading home back to Bahia Asuncion from my trip to Mexicali and San Diego. Wanted to give a quick update on where we stand with the race. I'm kind of doing this behind the scenes. Watch me stress, watch me freak out, and learn to be a race director here in Mexico. Our goal is to get better, learn from our mistakes, and grow. And we've done that. This is, like I said, the third year, and I cannot believe some days that we're only 3 years into it. There's definitely been a few times where I thought we were only going to have 2 editions. I didn't think I wanted to continue. But thanks to some encouragement from some of the friends I've met from this adventure, I can't quit. I can't give up on them. Yeah, I can't give up. I won't give up, no matter how frustrating things can be at times. So quick update. I just met with Caesar and Iris about the medals. Again, they came to us and offered to create all the medals and the awards. I had no thoughts of asking them. So it really came out of the blue. We were up at the Mexicali Desert Trail 30K race up in Mexicali. And they said, hey, they wanted to support the race. And I was just floored. And so they're donating all the medals. These are custom made, metal fabrications of our logo. They're gorgeous. They're pieces of art. Much better than typical race medals. And I've had some cool race medals, don't get me wrong. But these are just very unique, gorgeous. Because we don't have to pay for the medals, that's more money we can donate to our causes. The second thing that happened this weekend was I got a check from Baja Bound Insurance. I did reach out to them because I know of their generosity with events here in Baja. We decided to offer shirts this year. That was our first goal, but because of their generosity, we are able to now go with dry fit, so technical shirts. So we're gonna have the race logo on the front, Baja Bound logo on the sleeve, and we're trying to coordinate most everything to be kind of like this bright blue with the black logo, and it's looking really good. June 13th. It's been a rough week. In fact, I thought we were gonna have to cancel the race. We found out that the event center where we host the race had been, we thought we had it reserved, but come to find out that it was given to a quinceañera. So we struggled with that decision for a little bit and said, well, we can modify it, we can do it somewhere else. But the more we thought about that, the other spaces just they were causing other problems. So we had that going in the back of our head. And then we started looking at the registration numbers.
And while a lot of people have said they're going to do the race, they're not registering and or paying the registration fees. And we started saying, hey, a lot of people that say they're going to volunteer are most likely going to go to that quinceañera we were talking about, which they don't start till 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. And they normally go to about 5 o'clock in the morning. And just all the stars aligned, and I started talking to some people and said, I don't think this is a good idea. So we had rescheduled the race until October. And the more I think about this, I think it's the best decision ever. And I think this is just a good reminder that when things get tough, when things get uncomfortable, depending on how you deal with it, positive things can come out of it. Here's why I think it's a better date. One, we're going to have a lot of the expats back in town, both here and in Mulegé and other places. So I think we'll get much more participation from them, both as volunteers and as participants, runners and walkers. There was one day, man, my heart was just pounding, and Tracy was nervous. I was nervous. My health, it was rough.
All right, it's time to check in. It's July 23rd. I thought I'd do a little update on tips. Last time I checked in, I was pretty despondent. I was in June, a little over 5 weeks ago. And I talked about how we had to make the challenging decision to change the race. Well, let's fast forward. It is today, July 23rd, like I mentioned. This last weekend we were supposed to have our race. And we had a lot of people give us pushback, especially in our community here in Bahia Asuncion. They were like, oh, I can't believe you changed the race, or I was going to sign up, but I didn't. Anyway, we got a lot of pushback. And so we decided, hey, let's have a training run for the 10K on the day of the race. Just as a way of saying, hey, we aren't having an official race today, but let's go out there. Let's do the course together. Maybe afterwards we can get some food, make some pizzas, have some beers, have a good time. Well, sure enough, Sunday morning rolls around. There ends up being 2 quinceañeras. And it was me and Tracy and Gabriel. So the decision to change the date of the race wasn't an easy one. But just, unfortunately, a lot of people, the thought of going out and dancing all night and going to bed at 5 in the morning is a lot more appealing than getting up at 5 in the morning to go run. So, but anyway, let me show you some of the positive things we're doing. Caesar, who is making the medals and the awards, he came up with, we saw him recently, he came up with the mock medals. And so they're going to look like this. I don't know if that's upside down, because anyway, but they're really cool. And they're going to be, so they're going to be like this. And these are the finishers medals, and they're going to be the color of the shirts, and the shirts are going to be something like this, very similar to this. They're also going to have the Baja Bound logo on the side, but it's a technical shirt, so it's a high quality shirt. For a cost of 300 pesos, you're getting a lot. You get the shirt, you get the custom made medals, prize money, food. So that we have our race numbers, so we got those. And we've got this heavy cardstock that we're going to use for the individual awards. We're going to print the awards on these. It's a heavy cardstock, but we're trying to have that color theme of blue. So we got that going on. So I think things are pretty good.
Good morning, people. It's Sunday morning. We are a week out from our third Bahia Asuncion Trail Runners 5K Fun Run and 10K Trail Championships. Oh, there's someone up there on the hill right there. Might be Gabriel. We are headed out to do some trail work, clean up some trash, and fix the trails a little bit. We've got a last little home stretch of busyness for the race. So this year is our 3rd year of the race. And we wanted to, each year we try and make our race a little bit better. And we have big dreams. We have big dreams for the race, but we know that we need to take baby steps. So last year we did pre-registration, but people could register up until the day of the race, the morning of the race. And so we had a lot of people promise they were gonna show up, and they didn't show up. And it really makes it challenging because we, trying to order stuff and knowing how much food we need. And this year we got a sponsorship from Baja Bound Insurance, so thank you, Baja Bound, to cover the shirts. So we need to know how many shirts to order. So we made the decision that we would cut off registration 2 weeks out, so we had enough time. And everyone in our area said there's no one will sign up for that. They won't do it. You need to have day of registration. And we said, well, if we only get 20 people to sign up for the race, that's the way we're gonna do it. And as it turned out, we ended up getting 66 people signed up. It was a struggle and a scare for a while.
If I can just interject, the one other different thing is we figured out how to do online payments. So when you registered, registration wasn't complete until you paid online. So that alone I give Zach props for figuring that out. So it's not only 66 registered, it's 66 paid.
Man, I was nervous because we've never accepted transfers online like that. In Mexico, it's a little bit different. It's a lot easier once you figure it out. But yeah, there was some a big learning curve. So and some sleepless nights. So we got 66 people registered, which, you know, my goal was anywhere between 60 and 70. So according to my math, that's right in the middle. If we round it up at 70, so we got it. So yeah. Today what we're doing is picking up plastic bottles that are along the trail. And I think back in the day, that's how they used to mark the trails, with old plastic soda bottles and stuff. Hoping that the trails stay clean, because we have this beautiful area out here that we get to use. And looking at plastic bottles, we got a lot of complaints last year from the race. So it's not just us, but we'll see. Trying to have a good race, make the runners feel good. But we had one other thing thrown in this week that we hadn't planned. And we decided that we were gonna try and buy tickets to go see Oasis and Cage the Elephant in Mexico City. So in between brewing a beer and planning for the race and ordering shirts, we got tickets to go see Oasis. So we're going to Mexico City. It'll be our first time going to Mexico City outside of just flying to the airport. It's a year away. We figure it's gonna be a cool rock and roll show, but a great opportunity for us to learn a little more about one of the great cities of the world. So you have to wait at least a year for that one, for that video. I have a lot of respect for our municipal president, Edith Aguilar. She's really taken on a vision of creating athletic opportunities for kids, and that's definitely one of the things we're trying to shoot for with our race. But I thought since we're here, I'd show you the new soccer field that they just built. I'd like to play a game here with that view over the ocean. The weather here, like I said, is really temperate. Rarely gets hot. She promised that we were gonna get the trash can and all. I love it. She promised that our town was gonna get the first softball dedicated stadium in our municipality in all of Mulahe, which, if I haven't told you, is the largest municipality in all of Mexico as far as land mass, not population, but land mass. So my guess is between yesterday and today we covered somewhere between 3 and 4 kilometers, and we picked up 6 kitchen garbage bags full of plastic and glass bottles. There's still a lot more out there. This year we decided to make some inspirational signs and put them up along the race course. So we decided to come out. We are about, I'd say it's about 2 kilometers into the 10K course where it starts to climb. And we're gonna post some of the signs up there. Thought we'd bring the dogs so they could run around a little bit, get tired. So anyway, it's fun. Did you guys have fun?